Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to jump on really quickly to just do a video about a couple of things that I think that you should just keep mindful of. But first, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Tony. This is my channel, Black Mom Abroad. And on this channel, really my main focus is to um, keep you aware and speak with 100% transparency, even if it's difficult or uncomfortable, so that you can make an informed decision. I moved to Mexico 2.5 months now with me and my daughters, who are twins. And I just want to make sure that I'm being 100% transparent and also authentic, so that you know what you need to do, what your next step is. But really quickly, something that happens to me and happens a lot of the times, but I just want you to just be aware of it. And I'm not even sure why it happens. But I recently, well, today actually, I put in an order to Uber Eats because I needed an extra ingredient for dinner today. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't have it. So, I don't have a car. So anytime I need an ingredient, that means I actually have to leave the house, get in an Uber, go to the store with 2 4-year-olds, come back just for like an ingredient or two. So I decided to do Uber Eats. And you know how sometimes you on an app, child, and you look and you're like, oh, I need this, oh, I need this. So an order that was only supposed to be 2 items wound up being, I think, like 15 to 20 items. So I'm cooking what I can cook, what I do have, and then I'm like, once this get here, I'll start the rest of it. The driver basically was like 2 3 minutes away, and I know how, like, I don't know if it's impatience, I don't know what it is, but I don't want them to wait, so I want to make sure I'm down there because they will leave, food or no food, they will leave. So I was down there when it said 3 minutes away. It reached 2 minutes away, and then a minute away, and then it was like the food was delivered. I'm sitting out there waiting. Now, I want two things I want to say about that. So, long story short, my food never came, right? And I was charged for it. And this is not the first time it has happened to me. This is the first time I am speaking about it. Now, sometimes food will get delivered to the wrong place. Sometimes just things just happen. And sometimes I don't know. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, they took my food and didn't, I don't want to say, I'm not going to speculate in that way. I will tell you that I was right there when it happened. I saw it switch from 2 minutes away to delivered. And so immediately I put a help ticket out and said I did not get my food. And they was like, okay, well, try calling the driver. So I tried to call the driver, and they said right away, this person we cannot connect to this person. That's a bit of a sign that something ain't right, because it's not a bit of a sign. That's a sign that something ain't right. Number one, there could be connection issues, right? There could be. However, when there is a connection issue, it stops you from getting in contact with the driver. So you can't even ask them, did you drop it off here? Or what address did you drop it off? Like, you cannot even converse back and forth. So I did a help ticket, and they said, well, give it a minute, try to call the driver, and then if you still can't, call the driver, then you have to then do another ticket. So immediately they said that the driver's phone was not connectable. And so I put the help ticket right back in. Now, this is something to think about. Okay. Now, Uber did good thank goodness it was Uber, because Uber is way more easier and user friendly for expats and people who do not speak Spanish fluidly to make a claim and get your money back. But however, if you are tight on cash, or and you just made a pretty big purchase, it's going to take 10 days to get your money back. Uber takes, like, these credit card companies and these companies irritate me, because honey, it takes 2.5 seconds for them to take your money, and all of a sudden that same efficiency for them to take your money is completely gone, and now you have to wait 10 business days to get your money back, which is completely out of this world. I just cannot stand it. Anyhow, I did get my money back, but the reason why I'm sharing this with you today is because when it happens, not only does it put you in a bind, so obviously I was able to, not obviously, but I was able to kind of like pivot and make dinner, even though I did not have some of the ingredients that I felt like I needed for the dinner that I was going to, or I had planned to make. Everybody's fine. Girls ate, all as well. But I wanted to say that because if you have your money tied up, let's say you spent $300, and people were like, "Oh, Uber Eats $300 from the grocery." First of all, that's not hard. That's not hard at all, honey, because groceries are expensive here. Food is expensive here. Food in Mexico is more, I spend more money on food here than I ever spent in the United States. And I'm not saying that to be like, or to complain about it. I'm saying it because it is what it is. Food is way more expensive here, in my personal opinion. But if you have $300 that tied into an order that's going to take 10 days, that's something that you have to think about. So Uber Eats, Uber, Didi, all that is not guaranteed. This is not the first time it happened to me. When I first moved here, I gave them the address, and sometimes they may drop your stuff at somebody else's address, and they don't necessarily do the due diligence to make sure it's the correct address. They feel like, I delivered it, I'm fine. That has happened to me quite a bit of times. I would say about 6 or 7 times, where we were hungry, it was late, for whatever reason I didn't cook and we needed to eat, and my food was somewhere and we had to go to bed hungry. That's happened more than one time. So I would tread lightly when you do Uber and Didi. I really would not get into the habit of doing it. I just would not. So yeah, that happened, and I just wanted to kind of warn people to kind of watch out for stuff like that, because it can tie your money up. So yeah, another thing that happened, which is really not unrelated to Uber or Didi, is that first of all, let me just talk to you really quickly about electronics. So Merida is a very humid place to live, okay? It was 101 degrees yesterday. And I was literally standing in the middle of the floor trying to think about what I needed to get, and I was sweating. I was sweating. I wasn't doing anything. I was just sweating. Why do I say that? So if I'm a person and I'm sweating, if my electronic is just sitting in a room, a humid room, and best believe, you may not see it, but best believe it is getting moisture. And so I just want you guys to be mindful, because two of my laptops pretty much conked out right at the same time. Actually, it was a day apart from one another, and I initially thought like, oh Lord, did my girls touch it? What happened? Is the battery dead? But they conked out because there was some moisture. And I'm not saying that that can't be fixed. Sometimes it can be, sometimes it cannot be, but it's better to try to do like preventative measures than to get it fixed afterwards. So I had to get another laptop because two of my laptops conked out. And so addresses here, I just wanted to let you know, addresses in Mexico are touch and go, to say the least, especially if you're not living in a privada. So I didn't do a good job on that one. So I live in a neighborhood. I live in a regular neighborhood. And so, yes, Pumpkin. I think you can open it. It's not locked. So I live in a regular neighborhood, and the the street signs are like Calle 22 or Calle 23. Like that's the street sign. That's the gist of the street sign. That is it. What's unique and also very challenging and frustrating sometimes about Merida is that Calle 22, it ain't just one Calle 22, honey. I don't know how many there are, but it ain't just one. You okay?
Yeah.
Did you eat your food?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. That's so. Mama, I'm strong, Mama.
Oh, you are strong. I see your muscles. I'm doing a video really quickly though. Okay. So there are more than one Calle 22. So
Mama, I'm strong.
I know you're strong. You are. You're strong because you ate your broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you may give them the right address, but they may not come to the right place. And because you do not know how to speak the language fluidly, how you gonna give them directions? You don't even know where you are. You don't even know how to get to your place. You rely on GPS or the Didi driver or the Uber driver to get you back to where you live, but you don't even know. You can't even get there on your own. Maybe you can get there on foot from like a short distance, but the address here is a little sketchy, to say the least. Okay. And so sometimes you're not gonna get your package, you're not gonna get your food. So anyway, I reached out on Facebook and basically was like, anybody have any suggestions? Like on one of the Facebook groups, I forgot which one it was. It might have been Black and Merida and Black and Sisters of Merida. But I reached out and I asked, like, is there anyone here that is willing to, get my laptop for me? Like, because, I haven't been getting packages. I'm afraid that my laptop may not make it here. I mean, I've heard different stories. Some people say that Amazon has come. Some people say that they don't know where their packages are. So it's definitely like a difference of opinion, different experiences. And I just didn't want to take that chance. But here's what I'll say. I got on Facebook and I posted something, and what I believe was a Black woman responded and basically was like, yeah, you can, I live in a provider, and they call me before, and just DM me and I'll give you my number and we can converse back and forth and see, figure out the logistics. So I did just that. I introduced myself. I said, hey, I live in Shaul, I'm trying to get my laptop. You mentioned that you would be willing to receive it for me. Are you still willing to do that? So this person who, by the way, still interacts within the group. I don't know if anyone saw her like physically. I don't know if other people interact in the group, but she still interacts within the group to this day. So I don't know. I want you, I want you to make your judgment after I finish talking about it. But she gave me her number, and then when she gave me her WhatsApp number, I texted her immediately and said, "This is Tony, such and such and such. If you just give me your address, then I can get my package." And I just tried to go over some of the logistics of how it was going to work out. Before she could respond, and before I could respond, I got a phone call, and it was a group call, and it was her face and 4 other numbers that were not programmed on my phone. I just had no idea what these numbers were. And I'm like, and she was video chatting me. I'm like, why is she video chatting me? I don't video chat people like that. Like, I video chat the people I know, my mom, my sister, my cousin, my children. Like, I don't video chat everybody. So that was like a huge red flag for me. So I was like, why would she video chat me and with other people on the phone? I don't know these people. I don't know you. So why do you need to see my face? So after I did not answer the phone, she called again. I think she called like 4 times, and I was like, this is a little much. And before I could text her and be like, are you calling me? Why are you calling me with 4 other people on the phone? I started to receive like hate mail. This person, whoever this person is, who, by the way, is still interacting like she is a Black woman in the expat group. And to be honest, I don't know if I don't know. I just do not know. So, hey, baby. Baby.
You can help me to fight the people or dolls.
Huh?
4 dolls just like that. Like.
Okay, can I finish this video, honey?
Yeah.
Thank you. So, okay. What's this on your face? So she, or whoever this person was, started sending me like hate mail, like pictures of like demons and devils just like flooding. Can you put that down? Thank you. It's too bright.
Mom, I was trying to make a video for me.
Mommy's doing a video. Do you want to get out?
No.
Can I finish this video before both of y'all come and flood the airways?
Say again, Mommy.
I said, can I finish my video before both of y'all come and flood the airways? See, this be what I'm talking about. Okay, baby. Thank you. I love you. I started to get like hate mail, like pictures of demons and devils, like incessantly, one after the other. Like it, before I could, can you please put that down? Before I could even respond, whoever this person was flooding my phone with these messages. So of course I blocked it, but like it was incessant. And I was just like, what in the world? So I want to caution everybody, especially, can you stop please? Really, Mila?
Willie, come back here. Whoa.
Can you shut the door softly so it doesn't slam softly? Thank you. I appreciate that. Of course, I blocked this person, but it really, I just lost hearing in my left ear. Like, I think my ear just needs to pop. Here it comes. Yeah. I just thought it was weird. It felt crazy. And so I just want to caution you that just because somebody is on Facebook or even in any of these WhatsApp group chats, that does not mean that that person is who they say they are. Here I was about to send my laptop over to this person's address, which clearly they didn't want. They wanted more than that, and that's the scary part about it. Like, they didn't want my laptop because they could have sent me an address, and I would have never seen or talked to them again. Now, I know some people are saying, like, that's dumb. Why would you do that when you don't know the person? Da, 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 da. I agree. You ain't gonna get no fuss out of me. That was not smart. It was not smart. But I am absolutely, I'm happy that it turned out the way that it turned out. But what I think that they were trying to do, it's a scam that's going around where people are videotaping you say, hey, this is Tony, and they are like asking your loved ones and hacking into your Facebook and asking people for money, and they acting like it's actually coming from you. I also received a phone call that I didn't answer. I don't really answer phone calls like that. I talk primarily through WhatsApp, and it's only to people that I know. If your number is not programmed in my phone, you're probably gonna have to leave a message. I'm gonna send you a text message. I'm fact checking that because people are scamming these days, and so my guards was down because I was within a expat community, a black expat community, and I was so naive to believe that everybody in that community was who they say they were. This, like I said, this person still interacts with the community and kiki, go back and forth, and I can't say for sure that somehow somebody else didn't just like tape her face and acting in her behalf. I just can't say. I don't know. And I've never met this person in real life, so I can't even say that this person actually exists. So instead of actually saying the name, because I don't know if this person exists, I will tell you to tread lightly and don't trust people. Don't be so naive like me to trust people. I think that this was a scam, and they wanted to get more, and they wanted to, probably commit some type of identity fraud. And so I just want to warn you that everybody who say they are who they are not who they are. Just because they have a black face and a black name on their profile does not mean that they are who they are. What I will do is I will talk to admin and just let them know what my experience is, because I don't want anybody else to fall short, like to experience that. And so I just want to let y'all know, be safe out here. And just, be cautious. Be very, very cautious about what you do, who you share your information, because you don't know these people. I don't even care if you see them on YouTube every day. You don't know them. People are representatives, and you just don't know. And everybody ain't out for your good. Everybody is not out for your good. So those are just some things that I wanted to kind of like put out there, so that you know. I was just actually watching a video of a woman who said that she got robbed in Merida, and she said she did not want to put it out there. I cannot remember the her channel, but I'll see if I can link it so you guys can watch that. And so lastly, I will say this. I think it's very important for people to stop worrying so much about the negative, the perceived negativity of sharing your story, because it can help somebody else. Like, I didn't share this for a while because I wasn't sure like what was going on. But even if you're not 100% sure, somebody else could be like, I'm going to be a little bit more vigilant, and I'm going to make sure, and I'm going to be a little bit more cautious. So let's not be afraid to share the good and the bad, especially if it can help someone. Because every place you go is going to have crime, it's going to have corruption, it's going to have scams. And to believe that just because you're in the second safest place, I think it said in South America, Latin America, does not mean you will not come across any type of scam, corruption, robbery, petty theft. That doesn't mean that. And so someone hearing your story could really like be more cautious and know what to look out for. So I encourage people to speak their truth, whether like we have to get rid of this notion that everything that we have to say has to be positive, especially if everything that we experience is not positive. Now, I understand that you don't want to speak on the negative all the time. Like, I don't want to speak on the negative all the time. I get that. But something like being scammed or like, a robbery, if it's within your soul to tell, and because I know some people just want to kind of put things behind them and it's traumatic for them, and I would never tell you to talk about something that's hard for you until you're ready to talk about, if at all. But if you're just worried about what other people may think, or that you don't want to put a bad name on Mexico, I just think that we should worry less about that. And the last thing I will say is that just because negative things happen to you in Mexico does not mean that you dislike Mexico. Just because you are currently trying to adapt to the new environment and you are experiencing negative things or having negative emotions or feelings because of that does not mean that you do not like Mexico. It means that you're human and you're going through a tough transition. And that's life, and that's going to happen. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this has ever happened to you. Let me know if it ever happened to you. Please share this video with other people because it can help them. It absolutely can help them. Oh, the last thing I want to say, it kind of rewinding back for it about the Uber Eats and not getting your food. It's less about, for me, it was less about me not getting my food. It was less about the money. For me, it turned on a switch and said, never be without food. Never be without food. You cannot go nowhere if you cannot get food. And especially if you have young ones, never, because we get so comfortable. Never get so comfortable that the only way for you to get food is through somebody else bringing it to you, because that's an assumption that you're actually going to get it. So for me, I was like, okay, I will never be on my last anything. We gonna have fruit, we gonna have bread, we gonna have something in this house that we can eat, so that if something like this happens, my children can eat and they don't have to go to bed hungry. So that's just food for thought. Like I said before, comment below, like and subscribe, and make sure you share this video. I really wanted to reach people who, can benefit. All right, y'all. Peace out.